Born on November 15, 1951 in Columbus, Ohio, Beverly D'Angelo grew up in a setting that was modest but rich in imagination. The Midwestern landscape of her childhood offered stability, community, and the quiet encouragement of a family that valued creativity. Rather than glamour or excess, her early years were shaped by observation and curiosity. She learned to pay attention to conversations at the dinner table, to the rhythm of neighborhood life, to the emotional undercurrents in everyday interactions. Those formative experiences cultivated a sensitivity that would later define her acting. Columbus provided her with more than a hometown. It offered her a lens through which to understand people. In a place where life moved at a steady, grounded pace, she developed resilience and a thoughtful perspective. The combination of practicality and imagination became the cornerstone of her personality, helping her navigate an industry often driven by unpredictability. Her upbringing did not promise stardom, but it quietly prepared her for it in lasting and meaningful ways. A household that encouraged expression. D'Angelo's family environment nurtured artistic exploration. Creativity was not treated as a distant dream, but as a natural extension of daily life. Music, literature, and storytelling were welcomed, giving her the freedom to explore different forms of self-expression without fear of judgment. This atmosphere allowed her to experiment with identity and emotion at an early age. She discovered that performance was not simply about being seen, it was about understanding. In observing how stories unfolded, whether in books, songs, or family anecdotes, she began to recognize the emotional patterns that connect people. That recognition became a quiet training ground. Rather than formal acting lessons in childhood, she absorbed life itself as her teacher. The encouragement she received instilled confidence, but it also grounded her with humility. She understood that art required discipline and attentiveness. Those early lessons shaped her approach to acting as a craft rooted in empathy rather than ego, a philosophy that would carry through every stage of her career. Discovering the power of observation. Long before she stood before a camera, D'Angelo was studying the subtle dynamics of human behavior. Growing up in a close-knit Midwestern community gave her countless opportunities to watch how people express joy, frustration, love, and vulnerability. She learned that meaning often lies beneath words, in pauses, glances, and gestures. This instinctive understanding of nuance became central to her artistic identity. Acting, for her, was never about exaggeration. It was about truth. Even as a young woman, she sensed that authenticity resonates more deeply than spectacle. That insight would later allow her to transform roles that might have seemed simple on paper into layered portrayals. Her early years cultivated patience and emotional intelligence, qualities that cannot be rushed or manufactured. By the time she began pursuing acting professionally, she already possessed a finely tuned awareness of character and context. Those observational skills gave her performances a lived-in quality that audiences would come to trust and appreciate. A leap to New York. In her late teens and early 20s, D'Angelo made the bold decision to move to New York City, driven by a desire to test her creative instincts in a larger arena. The transition from Columbus to New York marked a significant shift, exposing her to a faster pace and a competitive artistic community. She began exploring opportunities in modeling and acting, gradually building connections within the industry. The city challenged her resilience and sharpened her ambition. Early commercial work and minor roles served as practical education, teaching her the mechanics of performance in front of a camera. New York also broadened her cultural perspective, introducing her to diverse artistic influences. Rather than being overwhelmed, she absorbed these experiences with determination. Each audition, each small success, reinforced her belief that dedication and adaptability were essential. The move required courage, but it also affirmed her commitment to pursuing a creative life. That period laid the essential groundwork for her eventual breakthrough in film, rising recognition in late 1970s cinema. By the late 1970s, D'Angelo's career began gaining noticeable momentum. Filmmakers saw in her a rare combination of intelligence, warmth, and wit. She appeared in projects that showcased her ability to balance vulnerability with strength, establishing herself as a versatile performer. Audiences responded to her natural screen presence, which felt neither forced nor overly polished. She brought a relatable humanity to her characters, allowing viewers to see reflections of their own experiences. This period marked a turning point as her name became increasingly associated with quality performances. Directors valued her capacity to adapt to different tones, from lighthearted scenes to emotionally complex moments. The consistency of her work built trust within the industry. Rather than being confined to a single type of role, she demonstrated range. That expanding reputation positioned her for the part that would become one of the most iconic of her career, introducing her to a global audience. Versatility beyond comedy. Although widely recognized for her comedic work, D'Angelo consistently sought roles that showcased her dramatic range. She refused to be limited by genre expectations, pursuing characters that demanded emotional complexity. Whether in independent films or television dramas, she demonstrated the same dedication to nuance that defined her comedic performances. Her ability to convey vulnerability without sentimentality distinguished her from many contemporaries. Critics often noted her intelligence on screen, the sense that she fully understood the motivations driving her characters. This depth allowed her to transition seamlessly between tones. She embraced projects that challenged her, proving that her career was built on craft rather than typecasting. The breadth of her work underscored her commitment to growth as an artist. By diversifying her roles, she ensured longevity in an industry where versatility often determines sustainability. Her willingness to evolve kept her performances fresh and engaging. Artistic discipline and emotional truth. At the core of D'Angelo's success lies her disciplined approach to acting. She treats each role as an opportunity to explore human complexity with honesty. Preparation, observation, and collaboration form the backbone of her process. Rather than relying on dramatic flourishes, she favors subtlety and emotional precision. This restraint allows her performances to resonate deeply. She understands that audiences connect most strongly with authenticity. Her background in music also informs her sense of rhythm and pacing, enhancing her comedic timing and dramatic beats. Colleagues frequently describe her as focused and thoughtful, qualities that foster a productive creative environment. By prioritizing emotional truth, she avoids caricature and instead delivers layered portrayals. This consistent dedication has sustained her relevance across changing cinematic trends. Her artistry demonstrates that genuine connection, rather than spectacle, leaves the most lasting impression, navigating Hollywood with grace. Throughout decades in the entertainment industry, D'Angelo has maintained a reputation for professionalism and discretion. Hollywood can be unpredictable, yet she has navigated its challenges with steadiness. Balancing public visibility with private boundaries, she exemplifies thoughtful self-management. Her colleagues often commend her collaborative spirit and reliability on set. Rather than chasing constant publicity, she has focused on meaningful work and personal fulfillment. This grounded approach reflects the values instilled during her upbringing. She demonstrates that longevity in entertainment stems from integrity as much as talent. By prioritizing respect and authenticity, she has built enduring professional relationships. Her ability to remain adaptable without compromising her principles underscores her resilience. In an industry often defined by rapid shifts, her steady presence stands out as a testament to character and commitment, expanding the Griswold legacy. Following the success of the original Vacation film, D'Angelo continued portraying Ellen Griswold in sequels that kept the franchise alive across decades. Each return to the character required a delicate balance, honoring the familiar qualities audiences loved while allowing for growth and maturity. She approached these performances with consistency, ensuring that Ellen remained believable amid increasingly outrageous scenarios. Her steady presence became a hallmark of the series, providing continuity as storylines evolved. Audiences appreciated that she treated the role with respect rather than parody. Over time, Ellen transformed from a supporting character into a cultural touchstone, representing steadfast partnership and maternal resilience. D'Angelo's commitment to authenticity kept the character grounded. The longevity of the role speaks not only to the franchise's popularity, but also to her skill in sustaining emotional truth across multiple films. Her contribution became inseparable from the identity of the series itself.